First thing I'd really like to start out is thanking Chip Lindsey for his time here at Auburn. Chip helped us win a SEC West championship. He's a very good coach, great person, great family. Wish him nothing but the best at Kansas. A couple days ago, I hired Kenny Dillingham from Memphis. I got a chance last spring to go watch those guys practice, visit my friend Mike Norvell as the head coach, and got a chance to watch this guy in the meeting room with his quarterbacks. And it was very impressive with his energy, his detail. Just made a great impression on me. Then I got a chance to go watch practice and watch him do his thing, and really left that practice field thinking, hey, that guy right there, I'd like to hire him someday. So pretty unique from that standpoint that he's here with us. And really I thought it was a perfect fit from the standpoint that he's doing this. He did the same thing for Mike Norvell that he's going to do for me. Mike calls his plays, and then of course Mike was my GA, and we're kind of from the same way of thinking. So very excited about Kenny. He is an energetic guy. He's a very good recruiter. He's very relatable. I know he's already, working hard to develop relationships with our quarterback. As far as his role in the bowl, right now he's just getting acclimated. He is getting used to our players, our coaches. Today, for the most part, he was just kind of seeing how we operate. Once we get to bowl side, he'll be up in the booth, and we'll do some assisting as far as that goes. But he will not get full force until we get to the spring as far as that goes. Moving forward, I'm calling the plays. Matter of fact, I'm very excited about that. Really, that's probably my true comfort zone. And really looking forward to not just the bowl game, but going into next year. We got a lot of our guys back. We got a chance to be really good on offense, so really excited about that, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to. A couple things I wanted to clear up that are out there. First of all, my contract. My contract has not changed one bit. I was never told that I had to change my contract to keep my job. Got the support of our athletic director and president. There's nobody hamstringing me from doing our job. They're all both on the same page for helping us moving forward. I think the bottom line is when you go 7-5 and you have aspirations of winning a championship, which we did, and go 7-5, no one's going to be happy, and I'm not happy. I know our fans aren't, but I will tell you this: we've got really a lot to look forward to next year. We got the majority of our team coming back. Recruiting's going really good, and not just good, but really good. And I think that's a tribute to our coaches. It's a tribute to the type of people we're recruiting, their families and everything that goes with that. So the guys we got coming back with the class that we're about to sign, very excited. I love Auburn. I love being here. I've been here a long time. I know what it takes, and really just excited about moving forward. As far as our preparation for the bowl, we had a very good practice today, very spirited practice. I think it was 12 periods with our older guys. We really focused on the younger guys towards the end of practice. We put the ball down, let them scrimmage a little bit. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. We're going to have 7 straight practices before we leave, and then we'll go to the bowl site. We'll leave on the 19th. We'll get to the bowl site the 23rd. And once we get to bowl site, we're just going to have a regular week of practice with a Tuesday practice, Wednesday, Thursday practice, and then a Friday walkthrough, and then play the game. We're facing a Purdue team that has been very impressive at times. Got a chance to watch them on TV against Ohio State, and they just didn't beat them. They beat them convincingly. They're very well coached. Their offense capable of putting up a lot of points. Their defense, they play very hard. They're very sound. It's a similar situation. Feels very similar to what it did last year. We know we're going to get their best, just like we did Central Florida. And we're looking at this thing as really a one-game season. And our approach is this is a big game for us. And our guys understand that, not just for the seniors and the older guys and finishing the right way, but for next year and the off season, everything that goes with it. So, really looking forward to playing Purdue in Nashville. Wanted to also congratulate a couple of our players, Deshaun Davis, Jarrett Stidham, and Dontavius Russell got invites to the Senior Bowl. Deshaun got his invite. today during our team meeting. It was a pretty special deal. And then, of course, Ryan Davis will play in the East-West Shrine game. So really excited for those guys, and all those guys are not just really good players, but they're excellent people. Questions?
Gus, when you hired Chip Lindsey at his introductory press conference, you said, "I'm retiring the clipboard." Yeah. And then in 2016, after the LSU game, you said, quote, "Sometimes reality hits you. In this day and time, in this league, to be head coach and call an offense is not realistic, at least for me." Why the change?
Yeah, I think at that time, I think that was very accurate. I've been the head coach here for 6 years. The demands of this job each year gets more challenging. But sometimes as a coach, you got to evaluate where you're at. And sometimes things change, and they have. And so I just evaluated where we're at. And it's best for us if I move forward calling plays. I love to do that. And that's really who I am at my core. I have a lot of good people around me to help me do the other parts of being the head coach, and I feel very confident of that. And then the fact that Kenny, like I just said, I think he's a perfect complement for that. And then Cody Burns is a guy that's been with me a long time, and those two guys can definitely help with some of the things during the week. And then, like I said, I got a very good support system around me to help me do the head coaching things. So, that's really how I got to this point. And, it's been a process. And I think, too, as a head coach, I mean, you learn and you grow. And I think it's fair to say that's happened to me in both areas. And but I'm very confident right now that this is the right thing to do. And I expect to be doing this thing for a long time like this. And so really looking forward to it.
You said the 7-5 season, you were disappointed with it, that other people were disappointed in it. Were you surprised by just how angry and how many people were mad about that?
No, I've been here for, I guess, 9 years. And I've been here when we've won championships and been here when we've had tough seasons. And, our fans expect to win championships, and I do too. And but when you go 7-5, and there was times too, we weren't as disciplined as we've been in the past. And I think that has something to do with the frustration too. So I get that and understand that. And that's what motivates me to get this thing turned around. I've been in a similar situation one other time when I've been the head coach, and we turned it around, and I expect us to do the same thing.
Well, there were some influential people that wanted you fired, though. I mean, these are people from the inside. Did that bother you? That concern you? Were you worried about that?
As a head coach, you take care, you control the things you control. I know there's a lot of things that probably weren't accurate, and I addressed a couple of those things. So as a head coach, you stay in your lane, you do everything you can to get the thing turned around, and we're going to do that. And I'm very confident of that, and I'm excited about the future, kind of like I said earlier.
What did Coach Norvell tell you about your new offensive coordinator?
Yeah, he told me when I called him about him that you're about to hire one of the up-and-coming superstars in college football. That's how highly he thinks of him. And he helped him a lot. And like I said, the thing that makes sense for me is that he's doing the same role for me as he did for Mike. And obviously they were top 10 in the country 2 years in a row offense. And I guess the comfort for me is that I got a chance to watch this guy work. And that's very unique as far as that. And we're kind of from the same tree. Not that I've worked with him before, but the fact that Mike was my GA and wide receiver coach at Tulsa when we're the #1 offense in the country 2 years in a row, and Mike's got his own flavor, which I think is healthy too. Because Kenny will also bring some new ideas. You've got to stay fresh and you've got to evolve offensively this day and time. So, I think that's it's a very positive thing that he's with us.
In the immediate future, just for the bowl game, obviously you're calling the plays, but what's the meeting room going to be like? Cody Burns is passing game coordinator. What exactly does that entail? And how much are you going to go into game planning during the game, or is someone going to present to you?
You talking about for the bowl, or you talking about next? Yeah, for the bowl, you got to build upon what you've done. I mean, you can't change everything completely. So I think it's more of kind of building upon what we've done this year and getting the best plan possible for this game with the players we have, with everything that goes with it. Kenny is going to do probably more observing, as far as that goes. I mean, Cody's been with me a long time, and Cody's a bright young man that has a lot of fresh ideas too. So, it will be building upon what we've done so far this year, and just trying to put the best plan together, to play good offense.
Who will handle substitutions on offense for the bowl game?
Well, it'll be the position coaches like we've done before.
So it's just the position coaches.
Yeah, and you got to understand that, logistically, you've got to keep things as close to what you've done before as far as all those off-the-field things. So there won't be a whole lot of difference as far as the substitutions and everything that goes with it. Now, as far as who plays and all that, I mean, that I'll have a big factor in that along with the position coach.
Do you want to change things offensively?
You want to give your guys the best chance of being successful. So that's probably the best way to answer that.
Do you feel like you have to win back the Auburn folks?
The Auburn folks expect us to compete for championships and expect us to go on the field and play good, disciplined football, and that's what we need to do.
When do you think you have to deal with, not deal with them, but interact with them one-on-one, like to go out and meet Auburn people and try?
Yeah, let me just tell you, I love Auburn, and I think, I said I've been here for 9 years, been through a lot of ups and downs, but I love Auburn. I love our players. I believe in our players. Like I said, I'm excited about next year, so that's probably the best way to answer that.
Asa Martin, did you want him to return, and do you feel like his situation was handled correctly?
Yeah, so it was a new rule this year with the 4 games, and early in the year there was a coach that thought it was 3, and one of them thought it was 4. But after game 6, everybody knew that he was playing, and we're going to play the best people. I will say this: I mean, I'm rooting for Asa Martin in the future. He's a wonderful young man, and he's got a very good family.
So that was a mistake?
Yeah, it was a mistake from the standpoint one thought it was 3, one thought it was 4. But that was about game 5, and then of course game 6, everybody was on the same page, and I think he played in 6 games, so it wasn't like he just stopped playing then.
Did that mistake lead to him losing his red shirt?
What's that?
Did that mistake lead to him losing his red shirt?
No, not at all, not at all.
How about health-wise? Is everybody going to be ready?
Yeah, Nick Cole obviously had surgery, but I expect everybody else to be ready to go.
So Nick Cole's out?
At this point, he's doubtful. That's probably the best way to put it.
Was there a conversation with Jarrett about him maybe playing or not playing?
No, I think all along Jarrett wanted to play. I think anytime, you see all these high-profile guys out there, and especially the guys coming out, that's always a question. But, he loves his team, and he's wanting to finish this thing out the right way, and I'm excited for him. One last chance to, lead our team, and, he'll go down as one of the better quarterbacks, I think, to come through Auburn with everything he's done.
You're provided 15 practices for the bowl. I guess you're using 10 or 11. I might be wrong on that. Why the decision to only use that many? Is there a way to double up? So
it was a little unique from the standpoint, this is the earliest bowl we've had in a long time. I guess what is the 27th or 28th or something like that. So then you've got finals. So, our finals for our players are this week too. So a couple of them had to miss practice today. I mean, that's going to be the priority, is getting them ready for finals. So it had to do with the early bowl and the final. But still, we feel like we'll be able to accomplish what we need to with those practices that we're in.
How do you want to handle quarterbacks in this game with Jarrett going out the door and you guys having to replace him next season, a guy like Malik, or trying to play him in this bowl game?
Yeah, we'll see where that goes. But I will tell you this: all those other quarterbacks are getting a lot more time this week in practice, more attention, more time, more reps. Just to help for next year in their development in the spring. So
How do you feel about the quarterback position moving forward with Jarrett, leaving and the guys you got?
Yeah, I'm confident with the guys we have, and then obviously the guys we got coming in. So, we're looking forward to working with those guys. And like I said, I feel very good about it, put it that way. That's probably the best way to answer that.
Will any of your signings be enrolling in bowl practice?
It is a possibility, yes. It is a possibility. There's a couple of them that are in the process of trying to get that done. I think, in the last 2 years, I think we practiced until the 21st. Our last practice is the 19th, so that's kind of put some of them real close, but I do know there's some that are trying to do that.
Would you talk to Eli since he got named?
Yeah, I'm proud of Eli. Eli Drinkowitz is one of the – first of all, he's a great person. And, of course, you all know him from being around here. And, I watched him. I met him when he was a sophomore. And I was an all-star assistant in high school in Arkansas, and his head coach was the head coach, and he was the manager. And that's when I got to know him. And then, of course, he volunteered for me at Springdale High School. And then when I left to go to college, he took over as offense coordinator. And then he got him here, I guess, in 2010 off the field. And then he was a GA. And just real proud of him, the journey he has. He's a class guy. He's a great coach. He'll be real successful.
Going back to the quarterbacks, obviously you bring 3 scholarship guys back. You have 1 committed. Is there any talk of trying to add 1 more to that?
We'll see. I'm not ready to say yes or no with that, but I will say this: I feel very good about the guys we have.
I know you mentioned the recruiting's going well, but given some of the off-season noise,
yeah.
Did that provide any challenges on the recruiting side of things?
Well, I think anytime you're dealing with stuff like that, it presents challenges. But like I said, our class is going great. And it's a tribute to our coaches, and it's a tribute to the relationships, the long-term relationships, and the people we're recruiting, and the trust they have in us. And I think that says a lot. We're set up to have a very good recruiting class. And there's a couple things that could happen. It may be one of the best recruiting classes we've had since I've been here. And that says a lot with everything as far as the negativity or whatever when you only win 7 games and everything that goes with that. But it says a lot about them. It says a lot about their belief in our future. And so that's a very positive.
Yes, I know a lot of coaches feel this way about, they feel like their back's against the wall every week, every day. But going into next season with so many fans, they are upset. Do you feel like your back is against the wall going into next season, and do you feel like you perform at your best?
Brandon, I think when you're a head coach in the SEC at Auburn or any of these other jobs that you expect to win championships, I think you got to be at your best every year, and that's the way I approach it. No matter how you did the year before. So, like I said, I'm very excited about next year. I'm very excited about me running the offense, like I said before. And I'm excited about the guys we got coming back with the signees that we're about to sign. So I feel very good about next year. But this bowl game, we got to take care of this bowl game first.
I wanted to ask about, we're probably going to talk to you again about, we don't know with media availability. You're 1-4 in bowl games.
Yeah.
I mean, does that affect anything?
Yeah. I mean, I think, like I said earlier, this is a big game for not only our seniors, send them in the right way, but the off-season recruiting, everything that goes with it. And it is a big game.
Any of your draft-eligible guys going to sit out the bowl game?
What's that?
Any of your draft-eligible guys going to sit out the bowl game?
I don't believe so. I believe everybody is going to play. I think all our guys want to play. And we got a close bunch.
When you look back at this 2018 regular season, how do you diagnose why things went wrong?
Well, there's a lot of different reasons. I mean, and I've said, I mean, we've talked about them numerous times. We had some youth, but there was games that we had chances to win, we didn't win. And like I said, I don't think we were as disciplined as we've been before, and I don't feel good about that. And I've always prided myself on that. And we had chances to win a couple more games. If we're close to winning 9 games, we'd feel a little bit different, but we didn't do it. And but there was a lot of different reasons.
Strategically, do you think you guys will operate differently on offense offense next year?
I expect us to be quite a bit better. So, I mean, we'll operate like we have in the past when I called the plays and, you know, everything as far as that goes with it.
Anybody else?
All right. Thank you, guys.